Hi, everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. This reading is a love reading intended for the sign of Virgo. If you're watching for a Virgo, just reverse the roles because it's going to feel as though I'm speaking to you about your Virgo. So, Virgo, I've shuffled the deck, I've pulled your cards. Your message is really cut and dry in the spread, but let me just take a look at the bottom of the deck. You got Queen of Cups reversed. It looks like you have your life together. What I'm seeing here is you being very well off, like financially. You're probably in great shape. It seems like maybe you're saving for your retirement. There's an energy of you just having like all of your ducks in a row. But the hard part is the person that's coming through in your reading, they make you really happy, but they have some issues. This person, it looks like they have a tendency to cheat or reconcile with other people. This is almost the energy of you thinking that you're doing really good with this person and then finding out that they're talking to somebody that maybe in the past they had like a sexual relationship with or they've cheated on you with. It's weird because this person feels like they're your match. There's a really strong pull to this person, and it feels like when they're not in your life, you're really missing something. Like there's such a emotional fondness for this person that it's like if you try to move away from them, maybe you try to date and maybe you're dating people that are more on your level or that could probably give you more stability, but it's like nothing compares to whoever this is, right? The connection isn't there, and you don't end up meeting people that it's like, even if they look good on paper, they don't do anything for your soul or your heart. And so I think that's what has led you to believe that this person is like your divine counterpart, or they're just like an unawakened divine masculine who needs to go to rehab or needs to like be honest about some of their trauma. This is somebody who allows a lot of like their past to define who they are now and how they move. And so there's always kind of this energy of like, even if you leave this person, it seems like you still hold them to be like the best option, or you keep them as an option, even if you're trying to date new people. I feel like you took a break from this connection recently. If you were like married to this person, you could have asked for a separation. If you've been in a long-term relationship with this person, you could have either asked them to move out for a little bit, or you left for a little bit, or you stayed in the home and you just decided to like travel or visit friends and family, because there's an energy here of distance, right? It's like maybe you weren't single per se, but you weren't connected to this person physically, right? It's almost like you decided to yet again maybe explore your options. But that could have been what you'd hold this person. It looks more like you were hoping that if you created this distance, this person would start putting more effort into like fixing the connection or being more honorable in this connection. And it seems like in the time that you've spent away from this person, you've begun to miss them quite a bit, almost to the point that they may not have shown you that they're ready to be what you need. But I'm seeing this month with you starting off in the Eight of Cups reversed, it's like it doesn't matter anymore, right? You're wanting to go revisit this just because there's been time apart. And so even if this person hasn't like come towards you, or they haven't necessarily made any real changes in their life, you're looking at it like, well, there's been enough time that this person should have done something different, or they should have had some kind of epiphany. Let me go back and check and just see where this person is at. Unfortunately, with what I'm seeing here with this Eight of Cups reversed, death in the reverse, because that's what's coming towards you for the month in love, you're going back to a situation that looks a lot like what you've already seen. Initially, this person may kind of gaslight you to get you to hang around a little more. They could tell you something like, oh yeah, I started counseling, or I haven't been drinking as much, or, I did a lot of thinking, right? Devil in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse. So this is like somebody, this is tough because they'll tell you the things that you want to hear. They'll tell you the things that you need to hear. And with your Queen of Swords in the reverse, it's like you will ignore your intuition. You will ignore even what you've seen in the past about this person because you want it to be true so bad, And so it feels like this is another cycle this month of you almost like going back to see if this person has learned their lesson, or if in your absence they've had some like grand epiphany about how they should be treating you, or what life would look like without you. And I do see this person liking your attention, right? I do see them reciprocating in a way that makes you think that things could be different, or that they've done some sort of like soul searching or deep diving into kind of like why they act the way they act, or the things that you told them that you need. And I do see you feeling really good about this, right? You're coming through with Queen of Wands energy for how this is going to affect you. So you're going to feel really attractive. You're going to feel really important. It's a little bit unfortunate, Virgo, that when you're apart from this person, it's like you want them so much that the focus is on them. And then when they give you attention, even if they haven't done anything to like show you that they're worthy of your time, that builds you up so much where you're like, oh, I'm a baddie, I'm attractive, I'm this, I'm that. That to me is a little bit unfortunate, because when I looked at your spread in the back of the deck, you are the total package. Like, you came through as Queen of Pentacles. You have everything that you've done that for you, not this person. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they've been in the background and giving some watered down support, like, oh yeah, you got this, you can do this, I believe in you. But if you think about what you give to this person, because it looks like financially you probably support them, give them some kind of extra money, why wouldn't they tell you you can do this, right? They benefit from you doing this, actually, is what I'm seeing here. So it's a little bit unfortunate, because as I'm looking at your spread, it's like you're amazing. You know what I mean? Like, you've got it going on for you in ways that most people don't. And for whatever reason, it's like this person has such a hold on you that until they say, Virgo, you got it in the bag, or Virgo, you're so fine, or whatever, you don't feel that about yourself. It's like this month, you may find that you're taking actions in areas of your life that you haven't in a while. Maybe when you were apart from this person, you stopped like working out, or you kind of started to like backslide in some of the areas that are important to you. And so I guess the one plus in this is that you will be going harder in those areas of your life. But that really is the only upside. You know what I mean? Five of Pentacles coming out in the reverse for what you're going to want to do about the situation. So this is very much you taking this person back into your space and giving to them financially. Whoever this is, they don't seem like they have really a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Like, if they do have a job, maybe they're working somewhere part-time and they just like smoke weed on the clock, and then all their money goes to their child support. And so it's like, well, I do work, I do have this job. And I mean, even at the job, it's like they meet people to cheat on you with, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is a really tough situation, because I see you going back to this, and I see you almost like gaslighting yourself that things are going to be different this time around. And in all honesty, with the sun being your advice, it's like, what has this person actually shown you that would make you feel that way? You get what I mean? Like, have they renegotiated their child support and visitation? Have they paid you back any of the money that they borrowed? Have they paid up the light bill and the gas bill while you were gone, so if there's a credit on the account? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this person doing? Because very quickly you get into the space of like, I'm going to fix it. I can do it. I got it. I'll take care of us. I'll take care of this. But this person, they haven't really shown you that they deserve that kind of effort. You get what I'm saying? Eight of Swords in the reverse for your opportunity. So I guess that's positive in the sense that in this time with this person, you do have an opportunity to figure out like what happened to you in your life that you feel the need to have this person sitting on the sidelines and like half-ass cheering you on for you to understand your own greatness. You get what I'm saying? Like, Eight of Swords in the reverse. This is one of those situations where if you go back to this, it's probably going to blow up in your face, in all honesty, but you will have opportunities to learn some very valuable lessons, right? You'll have an opportunity to get to the bottom of who this person really is. And if you take this advice and you choose to see this person for who they are, it's very possible this isn't something that you're going to keep putting time into. You know, eventually it might take time for you to see this because it's going to be hidden from you. I'm seeing a lot of gaslighting in your future with some of these cards. A lot of you asking questions like, where were you? And them saying things like, oh, why are you so insecure? Instead of, you know, validating how you feel because they're actually really outdoing what you think they're outdoing. So I guess you have an opportunity to release yourself from this after a period of sitting in it and seeing it, right? You also have an opportunity, like I was saying, to get to the bottom of like what causes you to align yourself with these kinds of relationships. Eight of Swords in reverse often can talk about a traumatic experience that happened to you that you internalized that almost like keeps you stuck, right? It's got you recreating scenarios over and over to try to get a different result. So like, for example, say you had a father who cheated on your mother a lot or something, and she took care of him. And then they end up separating, right? It's almost like you put yourself in a situation where you're the breadwinner, you attract a partner that cheats because you want to rehabilitate that person, to show like your inner child, like, you know, my mom could have done more, my dad could have done more, or this can work or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a scenario that you are playing out from your childhood. For each of you, it could be something different, but it's like you've got some key players in this scenario, and this person fits the bill for one of those characters. You get what I'm saying? And so you keep replaying this kind of narrative, this script, hoping for a different outcome. And this time around, you do have an opportunity to figure out what that script is or where that narrative came from so that you can actually heal this for yourself if that's something you want. You know, I feel like when I'm looking at these cards, this is quite serious because you're doing a huge disservice to yourself. You know, you've done all the work to get where you need to be, and it hasn't been easy. And then you are taking on this partner that's like bringing you down on so many levels and really sabotaging you and hurting you. You know what I'm saying? And so it just, to me, it feels so unfair, you know, and it's very sad for me to be picking up on this energy because I can feel the connection that you have with this person. I can feel how much you want this to be different, you know, and so I definitely have empathy for your situation. Moving on, you have the Emperor for your obstacle. That's a pretty big obstacle, right? That's somebody who, here's the thing, psychologically speaking, right? If they're already in a position where they get everything that they want by doing what they've been doing, which is easy and benefits them, from a psychological standpoint, their brain has no discomfort to motivate them to change. You get what I'm saying? And I think that's what you were trying to create in this absence, was like the discomfort to get them moving. But the way they see it is like, you're not going to go anywhere. You know, you might get mad, but you'll always come back because you're committed to this. And they hold the power here, right? However they show up is something that you're going to put up with. And that may or may not be true, but that's what this person feels based on what they've seen from you. You get what I'm saying? And so because they feel so comfortable, they don't have a reason to do anything different. You know, if anything, you might get mad, you might leave, but you'll come back and they can do what they want and you'll reassume the position, you know? And so that's a really big obstacle that this person feels this way. You know, they feel like they're in control. They feel like they know the truth about the situation. They don't feel compelled to do anything different because to them, it's like they're going to get what they want either way. You get what I'm saying? While you've been apart from this person, another obstacle could be, if you're dealing with a male, that they have fathered a child, you know, and maybe they're not telling you about that, because with this Magician reverse, that's something that you need to consider, is like, what is this person lying about now? You know, what is this person lying about? If you move back in, or if you realign yourself with this, what mess has this person created in your absence, right? And also with this Magician in reverse, it's like, does this person even have the tools necessary to be what you deserve? You get what I'm saying? Like, on their best day, would that even hold a candle to you on your worst day? And the effort that you put forth, right, to love this person. That's something that you may want to keep in mind. You know, Magician reverse is very, very manipulative. It's somebody who doesn't have the tools to get themselves what they want or need in life. So they have to align themselves with people who can get them where they want to go. And it's a choice. You know, they could cultivate these skills. They could learn some of these things that it seems like they're lacking, but it's easier, right? It's easier to maybe weaponize incompetence and act like they don't know how to do anything, and nobody taught them how to do anything, and it's not their fault they don't know how to do anything. Maybe it's easier to act childish and throw temper tantrums when you try to hold this person accountable and show them facts, right? And then they get upset and they have a meltdown. You get what I'm saying? Like, these things that this person does, it's by design to control the situation. It's not an accident, okay? They could do all the things that they claim ignorance on. And it's sad because this person is old enough to know better. But why would they do any of those things when they feel like they're the king of the castle? You get what I'm saying? Advice, son. So, you know, if you could try to start focusing on the facts of the situation, perhaps, rather than your feelings. You know, what are the facts here? What is the takeaway, right? If you say like, hey, honey, when you come in late and you haven't like called me and it's been 8 hours and I'm getting ready for work and you're just getting in the house, that really, it irritates me. You know, it makes me feel unimportant. And then they say something like, well, you know, I don't get why you feel like I need to check in with you. I'm just hanging out with my friends. I really don't see what the problem is. What's the takeaway? The takeaway is, I don't care if you feel unimportant. I don't care if you're worried about me and you're up all night and you can't get to work on time because now you haven't slept and you're rushing and fumbling. And I don't care if you get in trouble at your job. I don't care about your comfort. I don't care if you feel like a priority. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not you jumping to conclusions. That's really the takeaway of what this person is saying. I don't care how you feel. I don't think you should feel the way you feel. And not only that, I'm not going to do anything different because how you feel, it just doesn't matter to me. I'm not going to stop what I'm doing and make myself uncomfortable because you have a feeling. You get what I'm saying? That's the takeaway in conversations like that. When you boil down all the fancy words and the whatevers, the gaslighting, when you shine the sun on this, that's the takeaway. You just don't give a damn, apparently. And you don't give a damn because you think I'm going to keep assuming a position that benefits you regardless of how you show up for me. That's offensive. I'm offended for you, Virgo. Like, with the sun being your advice, are you happy? Is this person someone that makes you genuinely happy? Or with this Queen of Cups in the reverse, is this just someone that you're emotionally codependent on? Right? Especially with this Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is speaking on emotional codependency. You have all the money. You have all the power, but you give it to somebody who couldn't run a Kool-Aid stand, and then you allow them to run your life. You get what I'm saying? All right, let me get you an oracle card. I'm going to take this over to the extended reading. I have a bunch of questions. I'll look at your person's energy. We'll see how they feel about you, why they feel the way they do, what they're going to do about it. I'm going to look at their hopes and their fears, what they're keeping from you. And then I'm going to pull advice on what you can do about this connection, as well as a card for if you take the advice, what will happen, and if you do not take the advice, what will happen, because you have free will. You know what I mean? Like, you can do whatever you want with this. You can revisit this as many times as you feel comfortable. All right, your oracle card says freedom. There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Bottom of your deck, Virgo, power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Wow. All right. The preview for the extended reading is coming up after this. If this is where we part ways, you take very good care of yourselves. Bye. Hi there, and thank you so much for joining me for the extended Virgo love reading for February. I've shuffled your deck. I've pulled your cards. Let's look at this person's energy. All right. Lots of confusion around this person. So they're seeing that you are somehow codependent on them. I think when you separated or when you created this distance, it's very possible that you gave them some sort of ultimatum. And it seems like you very clearly outlined why the situation wasn't working, what wasn't changing, what was unfair. You may have even told this person the actions that they needed to take to fix the situation with you. And so now that it seems like you're back in their space, they are realizing that it's almost like everything you said, they actually kind of took you serious and felt bad when you said what you said. They felt like you weren't looking at them the same, like they're not the apple of your eye, or like they have competition, that if somebody else showed up for you, you very well may not revisit the situation. And they spent a lot of time wondering what it was you could have been doing in your time apart. The difficulty here, though, is that they went out and explored their options because this is somebody that can't be alone for long.